Luka Doncic has averaged nearly 31 points in his playoff career, along with 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Only one player has a higher scoring average in the NBA postseason history,
God bless America.
and that would be Michael Jordan. We've seen how dominant Luka can be once the playoffs roll around, and now all of that fuel has been added to his competitive fire here. UD, what are you expecting for Luka in his first run with the Lakers?
I mean, offensively, I expect him to do what he does, but I expect him to take the challenge defensively a little bit as well. I understand you have other defenders, but you can't hide all game. I know he hears what people are saying about him. He doesn't like what people are saying about him. The best thing he can do is show him on national TV tonight.
I'm with you. I just think that J.J. Redick is too smart of a coach to let Luka get put on the island.
I said a little bit.
No, a little bit. He's going to have to take the pride. But I expect Luka to be Luka. I expect Braun to be Braun. Anthony Edwards is going to have his moments throughout the course of this series. It's going to come down to the others. Austin Reeves, Rui, Julius Randle, Dante. Those are going to be the deciding factors on who wins this series or not, right? The stars are going to be the stars. But when I look at a guy like Rui, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, you probably be the matchup for Julius Randle, because we still haven't talked about that.
One of the biggest, strongest defenders in the league.
Yeah, and so it's like, are you going to put Braun on them? Like, these are things and that I'm waiting to see the adjustments that's going to be made. What's up?
The Minnesota in attack mode, Julius Randle, the Julius Randle that needs to show up in the postseason is not the Julius Randle we're accustomed to seeing in the postseason. It's the Julius Randle we saw in the regular season when he was a New York Knick. Obviously, he was hurt last year and didn't participate, but times in the past, he tailed off because he would rely too much on his J as opposed to attacking the basket. He doesn't need to do that in this series. He needs to be very, very aggressive, and he needs to put the Lakers on notice that you have to guard him. The reason why is that if he's not able to do that, that allows you to cheat a bit more and focus even more on Ant-Man, which is going to make it more difficult for him, and you don't want to do that. That's why he's such a key. Ant-Man had Karl Anthony Towns, the best shooting big man in basketball. He could step away from the basket and really, really hurt you, and you had to guard that. Is Julius Randle going to give you something formidable to deal with? That's what this comes down to for them.
In Julius Randle's 15-game playoff career, averaging 34% shooting, 28% from three, it's the scoring, but I also think it's the secondary playmaker, Julius Randle. They are going to need that, because if I'm J.J. Redick, I'm saying, all right, Anthony Edwards, we're going to make Julius Randle beat us. Won't that be the game plan?
Of course, and I'm looking at the way they've been playing, and it was swinging the elbows, kind of like a 3-2 zone. You can put Julius Randle at that free throw line. He can be a scorer and also a playmaker. You spread the floor with your shooters, and now you put him in a position where he's comfortable. The basket's right in front of him. You either go score or you make a play, one or two things. And I think that's what they'll do. Go small, put Julius Randle at that 4 or 5 position, have Nas Reed spread the floor, put McDaniels on that baseline, and put shooters in each corner.
I'm going to tell you this, though. If I'm the Minnesota Timberwolves, I set the tone today. And how I set the tone defensively. Y'all remember that series last year against the Denver Nuggets? Who was frustrated? Who they had throwing the hot packs at the referees? It was Jamal Murray, because they was picking up 94 feet. And so when you look at what they have personnel-wise, starting with Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, that athleticism. No, you make Luka, because remember, Jaylen Brown won Finals MVP not because he led the team in scoring, because he made Luka uncomfortable. You wear him down. You wear Braun down. You have Austin Reeves playing on his heel. You junk this game up if you're the Minnesota Timberwolves.
But I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, however, LA's personnel is a bit different than Denver's. You had to deal with Jokic. Of course, you're looking at Jamal Murray, and all of a sudden you're able to key on them defensively because you got size and McDaniels and the rest of the crew and Nas and all of these cats, and you're going at them. Against the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron is 260. LeBron could play bully ball, okay? So because he could play bully ball, what is Luka? Luka's 6'7". Luka's got some size in him along with the skills. So the kind of things that you were able to do against Denver, you can't necessarily do against them. Here's what I think it should happen, Big Perk. The Lakers are relatively undersized. That's what they say, right? You ain't got Jokic to be worried about or somebody like that. If you are Julius Randle, make sure you pounding that ball inside. Make sure you're attacking the basket. Make sure you're dominant, Minnesota collectively, on the boards. You get second shots, and you make sure the Lakers don't get any. Those are the kind of things that you need to do in order to win a series like this against LeBron and Luka.
With that starting lineup that the Lakers have been rolling out, that smaller starting lineup without Jackson Hayes, they've been pretty successful still against these bigger teams.
Yeah. You know why? Oh, go ahead.
The Gabe Vincents, the Rudy Hachimuras, the Finley Smiths, the Austin Reeves, the other guys have really stepped up and started in their role as the Lakers have made their run in the second half.
But the reason that lineup been successful is because of LeBron James. and what he's able to do without the basketball, playing the center position, anchoring that defense, right? Like, we talk about how great he is offensively. Defensively, when you have LeBron James on that back line, it's a difference maker.
He can't be the best big man on the court. You got to make sure if you're Minnesota, he's not the best big man on the court.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up all brains. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's 88 over here,